Hi, I'm Rodney Johnson, and I am the leader of Rodney Johnson and Associates at Prudential California Realty. I have sitting here to my left, your right, Robin Kreitz. Robin has been with us for 19 years.
19 years and counting.
Yes. So what we're going to do on this video today is I've got my son, who's also a member of our team. He's been with us for 5 years. He's going to be reading us some of the questions that we wanted to answer for you so that you would hopefully choose us to be your next realtor for divorce American style. No, that's not the name of it.
Before that, Rodney, why are you sitting on this ball?
Oh, well, I wanted them to see that we're on the ball.
Oh, jeez. Okay, never mind. Go ahead, RJ.
Go ahead, RJ.
All right, let's get started. First off, what advice do you have for divorcing clients who want to sell their home?
Well, I've got several ideas to you. The first one would be depersonalize the house. In other words, get rid of all of those photos and the things that actually made your house a home. But unfortunately, that's one of the things that you need to do. What are you thinking about, Robin?
Try and agree before you put your house on the market that you will work together to get the house sold. It's to the benefit of the sellers to sell their home. But if they're at each other's throats the whole time, it's really difficult.
Yeah.
So they need to try and agree, find a common place so that they can work with each other to sell their home.
Right, I agree.
Okay, Robin, on that note, how do emotions play a role in the decision-making process?
Oh, I got this one.
Okay.
I remember when I was selling my next-door neighbor's house, and she was going through a divorce, and we were having such a problem with the lender getting approval for our buyer. And I had gone back over for the 4th or 5th time, and she was already packing and moving out, and I had to tell her again, I'm so sorry, but we don't have loan approval yet. And she just broke down in tears and screamed. She says, I never wanted this divorce. And it's just so heart-wrenching when something like that happens.
Yeah.
So yeah, emotions definitely play a part of that.
How often do clients open up to you about their marriage problems?
All the time.
Yeah.
That's good and that's not so good. No, I have to laugh because as a realtor, we're actually therapists when we're dealing with people that are divorcing, because they will tell you their deep, dark marriage secrets, and as a result, you have to listen. You need to be empathetic. You care about these people, and it's hard to listen to what they're going through because they're really hurting, and it's hard not to take sides.
It is hard.
Because, for me as a woman, usually the woman is the one that will open up to me about what's going on, and the husband will open up to Rodney.
Right.
And then we still have to remain objective while trying to help them get their house sold.
A lot of times, too, they're divorcing because one of them is moving on to another relationship, and the one who's not moving on to the other relationship, sometimes we hear over and over and over again how they were wronged, and you just have to be patient in a situation like that.
Yeah, it's hard. And the other thing too is that emotions are at such a high peak that all of a sudden one of them might break down, and in the middle of talking to them about something else about their house, and then you've got to deal with that.
Right, absolutely.
Why should divorcing clients turn to you when they're going through this most stressful time in their lives?
Well, one of the things that Robin and I try to do is we try to build rapport with them. And Robin, tell them how you build rapport.
Well, I immediately try to find something in common with those people. I've traveled through the United States and parts of Europe. I've been so many different places because of my previous career that the first thing I try to do is find out where they're from or where they've lived. And immediately I can build some kind of rapport with them just for the area. I also find out, do you have animals? Because I'm an animal lover. Do you have a dog? Do you have a cat? Any common ground that you can find is good ground. And I immediately try to do that.
One of the things that I always tease you about is that I say, never say in 50 words what you can say in 500.
But I'm a woman. What can I say? And when I'm dealing with other women, 500 words is better than 50. That's the way it is.
Not really, but okay, whatever. Here's how I build rapport. I try to mirror back to them how they're acting. Like, for instance, if the guy is kind of gruff, I might be a little gruff back with him. I remember one time one guy says, how can you tell me that the house next door sold for that and you think my house is worth that? And I just got right back in his face and said, because, and you know what, brought him right down. So, man to man, or even man to a woman, still mirroring back to them their rate of speech, their tone, their inflection, and stuff like that. I mean, you even do that with your inflections.
I do accents sometimes, and if someone will talk to me and they're from New York or whatever, I grew up in New Jersey, so they get on the phone, they go, hey, blah, 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 they want to talk like this. I immediately kind of go into a little bit of my Jersey accent, and I start talking to them, and they calm down because they know, oh, I'm a mensch, I'm a friend, I'm, from the same part of the United States.
Hey, speaking of accents, you went to high school with a kind of a B-level actress. What was her name?
Yeah, Meryl Streep.
Yeah. And you guys did plays together, didn't you?
Yeah, actually we did a couple plays together. She was older than I was, but we were in the choir together, and I was really good friends with her younger brother, Third. His actual name was Harry Streep the Third, but we called him Third Streep, and knew their family. And my sister was good friends with his youngest brother, with her younger brother Dana. So
okay,
we knew their family.
So what do you think? Do you think we could get Meryl on the show?
Of course,
sure,
okay. No problem. She'll be on here in 2 seconds.
Right. Yeah, she just won an Academy Award, didn't she? Hey, now you actually were in a movie too. Right?
Oh, stop! No,
it
Ronnie,
was Billy Jack.
Oh, stop! Yes.
All right, Archie, you better move on with another question.
Seriously, what's the craziest or strangest thing that ever happened to you while working with a divorcing couple?
It's a bird. It's a plane. Faster than a speeding building. Able to leap tall bullets in a single bound. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's
Superwoman. We'll just call her.
Yeah, we'll call her Superwoman. She actually came to me because she had seen me on television and she liked my commercials that I used to do for Time Warner. By the way, Time Warner director used to call me One Take Rodney. Just FYI. But I digress. Anyway, so Superwoman calls me and she says, I like what I see on TV. I want you to list my house. Well, actually, it's not my house. It's my divorced husband's house. He gave me power of attorney. Remember that?
I sure do.
So I list the house with her signing for power of attorney, and we get into escrow. They do a preliminary title report, and we find out that there's another woman on title.
Her husband had remarried and
Right.
put his new wife on title.
Right, and so we went to her and we said, the title report says that he's married. It's so-and-so as a spouse. And what did she say?
Oh, yeah. Then she tries to tell us, oh, well, in my country, spouse means a good friend.
Yeah, and I said, well, in our country, spouse means you're married.
Yeah. So we couldn't sell the house
Yeah.
because it was tied up.
Yeah. Turns out this woman was actually bringing women from another country and was taking out credit cards in their names and running up all sorts of bills, not paying them. We found out later she was profiled on 60 Minutes. She's now in jail.
In jail.
In jail. That was definitely the strangest, craziest deal we ever had. So anyway, wrapping all of this up, we would love to talk to you further. We've got a great team. As I said, you're hearing my son off camera. Linda has worked at ABC. She's our assistant here.
Wonderful assistant.
Yeah.
She's a great assistant.
And we also have another member by the name of Lori. So we look forward to talking to you soon. This is Rodney and Robin saying so long for now.